Okay, it's June 21st, 2020 at 7:06 a.m. And there's this particle beam of radiation or something that's they go around the whole entire house at different times of the day. Usually it starts from the back of the house with this radiation beam that I believe is some type of man-made terrorism. I don't believe it's coming from the satellite or military, although it could be because they have a lot of tricks in their up their sleeves. But I I see Morris Johnson leaving and going toward that way, and I know also the other terrorists of the block, Philip Howard and Krista Howard, organized criminals, money launderers, extortionists, tampering with my mortgage, with in stealing my mail, my bank statements, along with the workers inside of Capital One Bank. They've been trying to drive me out using biochemical warfare, carbon monoxide, the Johnsons, with the red Corvette and the digging of holes in the ground and setting off my carbon monoxide detectors with the fumes that's coming into the house. I believe that technique, that terrorist technique, is called tunneling. Also with EMFs, radiation being sent through a hole that was dug in the ground that I also filmed and is on this channel. Getting back to this particle beam that's always directed in the back of my house. Then it goes all the way around the house, and in the afternoon to evening it's in the front, and I believe it's also coming, that time it's coming from Philip Howard and Udina Bodie, Michael and Udina Bodie, all organized terrorists and members of community-oriented policing group that are nothing but NYPD minions. That this is why they don't mind them joining in, and they actually have meetings at the 105th precinct with them, discussing their crimes and the illegal activities that they do against people that are targeted. I'm one of those people for 3 years straight, trying to get me to drive me off of out of my home of 20 plus years that I lived before Philip and Krista Howard moved their asses on the street and brought their organized crime here, turning this neighborhood into a cesspool of crime and all types of illegal activity that the police are committing, along with community-oriented policing that is supposed to be helping the community. I believe that some people that are in this thing that are being forced to harass and participate, or they'll be forced out of the neighborhood and out of their homes. And these crimes are not being stopped because they're intercepting the phone calls, and most likely they're also threatening the people, to certain ones to participate. The nosy bitches next door, it was easy for them to do that because Morris Johnson made a lie saying that he was kidnapped from his driveway when these crimes started happening. And at that point, he installed a camera that was directed at my front door, which was pretty strange. And during that time, everyone seemed to have to ring my doorbell to act something stupid or say something just to get, that's what I believe, just to get whatever thing that they needed to download my exact location. And that's when my organized stalking began. I believe from the very start that Morris was into it, but I also believe that he eventually got his whole entire family, just the same as Philip Howard across the street has his whole entire family, including his mother and father, who are supposed to be pastors or assistant pastors of a church.